Welcome to North Carolina Wine TV. I'm your co-host, Kip Bodner.
And I'm your other co-host, Jeff Cohen, and we're drinking some North Carolina wine.
It took us over 100 episodes, but we brought a new grape to the party today on this Thursday.
We are having a Sauvignon Blanc.
Sauvignon Blanc from Shelton Vineyards.
2007.
2007, Sauvignon Blanc.
And what do we know about 2007 as a North Carolina vintage?
2007 was a hot vintage.
Yeah.
Really good for red wines. I think some of the white wines we've had have kind of been hit and miss in 2007, so I'm looking forward to trying this one. I will say that Sauvignon Blanc is kind of famous, it's grown a lot in France. Present day, it's some of the best Sauvignon Blancs are coming from New Zealand, actually.
Right.
So I'm interested to see how in North Carolina Sauvignon Blanc stacks up. And, it's not a grape that's widely grown in North Carolina. In fact, I don't know if anybody else grows it or makes a straight Sauvignon Blanc that they release. So I'm excited to have the opportunity to try this. I will say on the classic Shelton Vineyards wineometer, which we've talked about many times in the program, it's supposed to be a medium-bodied wine and between very dry and bone dry. So we're looking for a dry, crisp white wine here, likely. So, do you guys like white wine? Do you like Sauvignon Blanc? It's been over 100 episodes, and this is our first Sauvignon Blanc. If you're a Sauvignon Blanc fan, leave us a comment below. This up Facebook, Twitter, whatever.
And the conversation that Kip and I have all the time is, how does white wine sit with you in the wintertime?
Yeah, do you like white wine in the wintertime?
Yeah.
I like white wine in the wintertime. Jeff,
I'm more of a summer white wine guy.
He kind of eats his white wine in the summer. So, that being said, let's smell some Sauvignon Blanc. What do you say?
Well,
you want to look at it first because
it's a really light color,
pale gold, almost clear kind of.
But
so the Trio was this light. A few others. The Cellar 42 Chardonnay was close to being this light. This is a very, very light, barely golden Sauvignon Blanc. Right. But we're going to give this a twirl and see if it has some of the classic Sauvignon Blanc traits.
Yep, grapefruit. It's there.
There's definitely some grapefruit hanging there. A little banana. This is a little bit more tropical than I'm used to from a Sauvignon Blanc.
It is tropical.
Some of the New Zealand Sauvignon Blancs I've had have really heavy, like green beans, asparagus, fresh cut grass. This has an ever so slight note of green vegetables, like a crisp lettuce, green grass, like a freshly broken leaf kind of smell to it. Arriving with grapefruit and just a touch of banana peel. It's like not a sweet artificial banana. It's like a kind of a slightly tropical kind of scent that sits next to that grapefruit.
Yeah, it definitely does have tropical elements to it.
It's almost Shelton Vineyards. I love the guys there. But we've seen several times. They like to put a little stuff in. Like there's the Riesling has a little Viognier in it, for example, and I would not be surprised if this has some Viognier snuck in there as well. Maybe even just a splash, because it is a little tropical for a Sauvignon Blanc. That being said, nose is good. I mean, it's an appealing nose.
Right, and there's enough going on.
It's pretty interesting.
Yeah.
Let's see how it tastes. Pretty classic Sauvignon Blanc. Kind of falls apart on the back end.
Yeah.
That's kind of where I'm sitting with this one.
It's very crisp. It's very dry. And it does. As you were saying, that mine was falling apart.
Yeah, the finish is off on this one.
Yeah.
Getting a lot more of the greenness though. The getting heavy, like my cheeks feel like they're filled with asparagus. Like very vegetal.
Yeah, and not very. The tropical is gone. The grapefruit is gone.
I feel like there's a little grapefruit on the initial.
Is there?
Just a punch of like citrus grapefruit on that initial tip of your tongue, and then it is asparagus and green beans like all up in my cheeks. I mean, this is the dominant flavor. It has a good mid palate. I mean,
Yeah.
The vegetables carry through. The finish, it gets clunky.
Right.
Like, how would you describe the finish, Jeff? He's gonna drink it so he can take that.
I'd almost describe it, and this keeps happening, as no finish.
I'll see. I kind of disagree. Like, it is a brief finish, but it's like a two-stage finish. It gets kind of slightly bitter, almost kind of bitter and chalky at the end, and then it kind of just drops off. There's a little bit of bitterness after the vegetables goes away. Then it kind of just falls off.
I gotcha.
You see what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Then that kind of throws me off a little on this wine. This is an interesting wine. It's unlike most of the other, North Carolina white wines we've had.
Yeah.
Like, I'm talking to you and I can taste the fresh cut grass in my mouth. Can't you?
Yeah.
Like, it tastes like I went out and just like opened my mouth and somebody was mowing the lawn.
Well, and so what's odd is, from a body standpoint, it looks very light, it feels light, it tastes light, it even finishes light.
But there's some
lingering.
There's stuff happening.
Yeah, it lingers on your tongue.
And it's got some good minerality to it too. There's some wet, like kind of river stone kind of taste happening there. Yeah, you know what a river stone tastes like. If you don't, you haven't lived. That being said, it's peculiar. It could be a good food wine. It has potential to be a pretty good food wine. What do you think about from a rating standpoint?
Yeah, where am I? That's a good question. I feel like I'm stuck in the middle again.
Cop out is what we like to.
No, I keep winding up with wines where my initial reaction is 2.5 to 3. Sort of classic bell curve, but that's the middle. That's where the majority of things fall.
I'm probably a little higher on this than you.
Yeah.
Probably the 3 to 3.5 range for me, just because it's a well-made wine. The finish falls apart, but nice complexity and.
Did I say 2.5 to 3? I meant 3 to 3.5.
Well,
actually, I did.
I will say. Oh, did you?
No, honestly, I did.
I will say that this is the Cabernet Franc of white wine, really kind of. Cabernet Franc, especially in North Carolina, we've gotten some really good deep vegetable flavors, and you really don't get that a lot in white wine except the Sauvignon Blanc, and this Sauvignon Blanc brings it pretty well. So I'm very much impressed by that, and it's something that I am definitely enjoying. 3.5. What do you think? Where do you sit on this bad boy? I enjoyed the nose.
I wish the finish were different.
The finish is. I mean, if the finish was good, this would be like a 4, 4.5.
Yes.
Finish,
I agree.
The finish is what really kind of spoils this wine a little bit. I'm interested to see other vintages, just to see if maybe this was a difficult winemaking year. I don't know the conditions and stuff for this particular varietal for that in 07. But what do you say?
Well, man, I think it's probably a 3.5. I think
it's a good, solid quality white wine,
Yeah.
and definitely would be good with seafood or light fare, fruit, different stuff. It could be pretty versatile. So I'm happy going with 3.5.
Yeah,
we'll stick with that. It's a good Thursday. It's a good day. I like trying this new wine.
Yeah.
I like trying a different grape. Different grapes are good. If you have a grape that you heart and we haven't drank it yet, leave us a comment below and we will seek it out and we will then drink said wine.
And make sure that it's a grape that someone is producing in North Carolina.
Yeah, that'd be good. We like to drink the North Carolina stuff.
We're happy to try other wine. We're just not going to do it on the show.
Yeah, let's for some other place on the interwebs. But until then,
here's to the Old North State.